Hey guys, how you doing? I figure I'd jump on last minute. Get out your grape juice. Cheers. I hope everything is well. Let me know if you can hear me. Trying out this new mic setup. It's probably not ideal now that I look at it. Yeah. So what's going on? This is just a rough Q&A tonight. Ask me anything. That's it. Cheers. Hey, Stef from Wichita. Why doesn't CSS use the same naming conventions for text/font properties? Hope that makes sense. I know what you're talking about. Welcome to the world of nerds. Yeah, I found that there's a bunch of weird inconsistencies in CSS. It's not the most elegantly designed language, but yeah, you can hear. Good. Let me just maximize some size here. I have worked through W3 School's websites covering the fundamentals of C#. What shall I apply coding to now to learn faster? I bought a course on Udemy to learn how to make a second 2D game. Will this be the answer? I guess is what you're going to say. I don't know. I don't know that particular course. But the key is you want to get enough coding skills so that you can build something, and then you want to get out there in the real world and actually write real code for somebody. You don't want to be spending forever doing tutorials after tutorials after tutorials. Hey, Jacob, how are you? From Vegas. Jacob from Vegas. How you doing, man? Sounds good. All right. Hello from Shanghai. Wow. Invincible Dew. All right. Sound is golden. Good. Costa Rica. Very good. Wow. Is moving to a larger city my best bet as a CS graduate or going remote? I think, in history, this is the best time ever to be a remote worker. People are much more open to it because of COVID. That being said, I would imagine that being in a bigger city will give you more opportunities. But, what you could do is first decide whether or not you want to work in a big city or whether or not you want to work in a small city and do remote and see how it goes. Hello from San Diego. I want to be a web dev. Any advice? Hey, Rodrigue. Salut. How are you? Bonjour. J'espère tout ça va bien avec toi. Should I start doing projects after learning some basic C++? Yes. You want to get into project work as quickly as possible if you want to learn how to code quickly. That's why I don't have, in my fundamentals courses, I do have projects that you do, and I do have project courses, but I'm deprecating the projects courses because I want people to get out there and start doing the real thing as soon as possible. Rust or C++ for new projects. My friend who is a huge C++ coder, he's a big believer in Rust over C++. So you can try that out, but I don't have a particular opinion because I'm not a C++ coder. Trying to build a portfolio, would you recommend going through freelancing site or fishing locally? Do both. Excuse me. Yes, do both. How are you? I'm good. Damani Salah Iden. Thanks for joining the stream. Quick topic change. Best martial arts for a not in shape absolute beginner in his mid-30s, asking for a friend. I think jiu-jitsu would probably be a good one, as you can roll, and being a good jiu-jitsu player has a lot to do with being relaxed and having patience. So maybe jiu-jitsu would be a good one. Maybe another one, which is kind of a blend between an MMA and a non-MMA and a traditional, maybe Jeet Kune Do, JKD. But those are my two suggestions. Old Boy X, what do you think about blockchain development worth learning as a CS student for future jobs? I think blockchain has a future. Something worth exploring for sure. Check it out, see if you like it or not. The great thing about development is that there's so many different opportunities. And let's say you decide to try blockchain and it doesn't work out. All those skills that you've learned in blockchain will be applicable to other areas and specializations. So I say, check it out. I've emailed 7 local restaurants offering to make a free website. None responded. Any tips? Yeah, keep trying, keep reaching out. Maybe word of mouth, maybe walk into a coffee shop if they got to, maybe go visit them, say, listen, I saw your website. I'm a student of web design development. I'm willing to update it for free. How about, and maybe suggest some things you could do. And just talk to people in person. See how that goes. Francisco Sandoval, what do you think about being in your 30s and searching a career as a developer? Quite young still, 30s, so why not do it? You're still at a good age there. What do you do when you're stuck and you can't find the answer on Google? Go to the message boards. Any suggestions for understanding and getting better at JavaScript? Yes, do my course and then write more and more code. As you write more code, the understanding will just increase. Jujutsu and Python all day, every day. Exactly. The big me. Which one is better for React Native? Which one is better for React Native or Flutter for mobile apps? Which one is better, React Native or Flutter for mobile apps? I haven't compared the two. So maybe you could spend a week on React, spend a week on Flutter, and see which one you prefer. Also check out job opportunities as well in that regard. Is website development, WordPress development going to be relevant 10 years from now? Yeah, for sure. In some form or another. I don't know what exactly. But though, web development and website development, WordPress are just so big now that when technologies get so big, it would take something crazy substantial to replace them. So yeah, I would say yes. Just if you're looking to level up your coding game, I recommend this book here. Links below. This is the Java version. There is a JavaScript version. This is going to teach you how to level up your coding skills in a big way. Can you see this? There we go. So that's one book I recommend. This is for people who already have some decent coding skills. You want to level up. Refactoring is one of the key skills. More important than algorithms. More important than data structures. And if you're a total noob, you can check out my book, which will help you to learn how to code quite quickly. And rumor has it, it will help you with your dating life as well. So yeah, check out my book on Amazon, links below. This is for total beginners to web design. Is this going to focus? Here we go. So that's it, Stef's book. Got to shamelessly promote there a little bit. Yeah, what do we got here? Nice haircut, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty good. I do it myself. It's actually pretty comfortable, in all honesty. Hi, Stefan. PHP can be downloaded or it can be downloaded bundled with Apache web server tested for compatibility. Have you ever experienced incompatibility between PHP and web servers? No, I haven't. One of PHP's things is that it's the most popular server-side programming language out there, and so PHP hosting is very, very, very common. So that's not an issue in terms of incompatibility. If you're looking to learn PHP and you want to install PHP on your own machine, I would just install something called MAMP. It's free. Just go to MAMP, just type that in Google, you find the download. It's Windows, Mac, and yeah, you'll be up and running within minutes, coding PHP. In my senior year, I learned some web dev in university and got some job offers, but I love gaming. Well, it's good to have opportunities, right? Do you think it's viable to go with web dev now and transition to game dev in the future? Yeah, why not? Why not make some money, become a professional developer as a web developer, and on the side work on the gaming stuff and build up some gaming chops. And then when you have, maybe build some simple games and something. And when you approach a gaming company, not only will you have gaming chops, because you can show some gaming projects you've done on the side on your own, you also have real world experience as a developer who works on a team, which will mean your chances of getting a job will shoot up quite a bit. All right. Have you played around with app development, or have you stayed mostly in the web? I've messed around with it a little bit native with iOS. I have never messed with Android. But I just think, generally speaking, for most mobile development, I say use web technology. I have not used Blazor. Have you ever been heartbroken? Have I ever been heartbroken? No. I don't think so, no. I'm 22 years old and I'm learning a lot and I'm earning a lot of money. Hey, that's good. As a fresh graduate, I can go live alone and save less money. What do you recommend to make with this money? What do you recommend to make? What you recommend to do with this money? I think you meant to say. Well, that's congratulations, by the way. Good position to be in. So the first question I would ask myself, if I were you, is do you still like living at home? If you do still like living at home, then what I would do is I would take my extra money and I would start investing it in exchange traded funds, ETFs. Now, what I would do is I invest in something called, amongst other things, in terms of the stock market, something called Vanguard, which is basically a broad investment of many different companies. I won't get into the details here. Take my money course, links below, if you want to learn, and start building up some savings and some investments really fast. If you like staying at home, if you like staying at home, take advantage of it and save and save and save and invest like crazy. Especially if you're so young, in a short period of time with no bills to pay, you'll be able to accumulate a lot of cash and a lot of investments. And then you'll be setting yourself up for the rest of your life very early. So yeah, I would say if you want to stay at home, save and invest like crazy. Not individual stocks, but I would just buy exchange traded funds so you don't have to think about it. Every month you put more in, every month you put more in. Don't worry about the market. You're so young. There'll be ups and downs, but just keep investing. And within a short period of time, you'll start accumulating a lot of money. If you do that now, in a short time, you'll be in such a great position. You won't have to worry the rest of your life. Good move, buddy. Congrats. Looking at XAMPP is good too. Yeah, XAMPP is also cool. I was learning Grid and Flexbox and CSS, and I wasn't working on my computer. It drove me nuts, but I found out my browser doesn't support it. Well, that's the thing. Tell us, Govidad Mishra, which browser were you using? That's the problem. Like, I'm putting in Flex and Grid into my pro course, CSS pro course. I teach something called tables and traditional methodologies. But I'm not sure what the browser. I haven't checked the latest browser penetration in terms of those two. Do you recommend using white label web design SEO for some just starting out in freelancing? White label, yeah, why not? Why not? About how much do you make a year from development? I am not a active developer anymore. I own a business, a couple, and I just manage developers when I need them, and that's pretty much it. What do you think about Bitcoin and XRP Ripple? Well, it's a huge market. I don't know what's going to happen if you're asking me that. I don't have a crystal ball. Do you recommend starting a web dev agency? You better have very good workflows in place. If you do web dev, you want to quickly try to find yourself in a niche market so you can be more efficient. Try it out, see how it goes, see if you like it or not. Here's a general rule. Typically, it takes 10 people working for you full-time as the company owner, before you make the same money that you would make working on your own. So keep that in mind. So you have to decide whether or not you want to be a manager of people or not. What exactly do you get to do as a developer? I think it's interesting. However, I don't know much about them. So what you should do, you should check out, well, here's my mentoring program, first of all. If you want to get my most premium training, you can check that out. Links are below. Get lifetime access, 300 lessons, quizzing, certifications, soft skills, job training skills, mentoring, training, etc. What you want to do, though, is you're new to coding and you want to understand the coder's career path. I have a free video webinar. You can sign up below, 29-minute video where I walk you through each of the languages and what they mean in terms of work. So if you're working as a C++ programmer, what kind of work you will be doing versus like a Python programmer, what type of work you will be doing there. And not only that, the type of company you're likely to work for. So you want to check out the Coder's Career Path webinar. Link is below and it's free. So I invite you to check that out. StatFM, I am enjoying Tailwind. Have you messed with it? It's like CSS jQuery. No, I haven't checked it out. I have to check that out, man. Hello, Stefan. Could you talk about an average salary for junior middle software developer? Well, if you just go to Indeed.com, let's see. I'll go to Indeed.com. Okay, so hold on a second. Go to Indeed.com. Oh, hold on. Let me switch over so you see what I'm doing. There we go. So what are we going to do? Junior web developer. We'll see in my city, Montreal. See what they say. All right, junior full stack. Any jobs? Junior full stack, junior front-end developer, junior mobile. No salaries listed, though. I don't like that. It's all lots of junior jobs, though. How many are there? Okay, 12 jobs in Montreal. Montreal's not a great city. We'll try New York. New York. We'll see what happens. Come on. Let's go. There we go. So 27 jobs, junior web developer. Doesn't seem like much. So that's like 36 to 40,000 a year. That seems kind of low. Here we go. Junior software engineer, 66,000 to 82,000 a year USD. Here's the listing. Not bad. What else do we got? So that's junior developer. So, but that's a very specific term. So we just go web developer. No, come on. 2,100 jobs. There we go. 2,000 jobs. Software developer, web developer, software engineer, New York, remote job, temporarily remote anyway, of 110,000 a year. So deep knowledge of web application fundamentals, HTTP, APIs, MVC, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Build a client-side MVC for React, Redux. Okay, so software engineer, PHP, up to $160,000 a year. Be a part of a fully functional, autonomous, agile team. So up to $160,000 a year. PHP engineer. Wait a second. I don't understand. PHP people don't make good money. I don't get it. I don't understand. So there you go. Check out Indeed.com. You can find a bunch of job listings. You can look it up yourself. What is the max age for a coder? Is there some limit age when a programmist becomes non-productive? I think that comes down to the individual. Depends on how healthy you live your life and whether you eat well and stay within BMI. BMI is body mass index. Mobile gaming. Hi, you don't look 169-year-old, sir. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Stefan, what do you use or recommend for tracking time against projects, invoicing, etc. as a freelancer? I just use a spreadsheet personally. In my freelance course, I provide a template for that, a time tracker and project time tracker template, which is kind of good. One advice for 22-year-old for starting software engineer career. Write code, man. Write code. Just write code. Keep writing code. And develop some good communication skills. Ahmed Bashir from Sudan says, hello. Hey, man, how are you doing? Are you 169 years old? New here. Yes, I am 169 years old. No question about it. Welcome to the stream, bye. Québec souveraine, Gab. Je suis québécois, mais c'est pas souvent que je parle français. Starting, yeah, I knew that. What are some good time management techniques? You set priorities based on importance of task. You set hard deadlines on things, and you make sure you hit them. Is it essential to get a certificate for a cloud DevOps engineer? No, I don't believe so. Do you recommend getting junior web developer internship before applying to your first job as a self-taught developer? Yeah, I always recommend doing a couple of projects on your own just to develop some skill sets there. Oh, by the way, guys, if you like this stream, please do give me a thumbs up. It's good for the Google algorithms. What do you think about Python developer? Lots of job opportunities. PHP is garbage, well, except for Facebook. Hi, after working for 4 years as SE, software engineer DevOps, I completed my MBA about 4 months ago. Congratulations, by the way. Now I'm confused to choose further in career paths. Software engineer role versus management roles. Could you provide some suggestions? That comes down to personality type, whether you, what you prefer to do. And so I would suggest you explore what it's like to be a management versus what it's like to stay a software engineer. The danger of being in management, number one, you're going to get more and more detached from the coding. And number two, if you get stuck in middle management, and that usually comes down to your social skills, your soft skills, those are the first guys that get axed. So you want to be careful when you do get into management that you have a clear trajectory into upper management, director, VP, etc. And that, again, it will come down to good communications, interpersonal skills. So I hope that one. Can you solve my PHP problem? No, I'm not going to debug code, that's for sure. But you can ask general questions. Any tips for someone trying to get their first internship? Have a very good resume. Study the company that you're submitting your resumes to, and structure your resume accordingly. If they're asking, for example, I don't know, iOS development skills, make sure you know your Swift and you know how to use the Xcode and so on. I think that some businesses are discovering that they can get junior devs to work for free or even get juniors to pay for privilege. They call it internship. Hey, Christy, how are you? Welcome to the stream. What we're doing here. If I get a remote job from India at Mozilla or something like that, and I will get the same salary as someone from US or Canada, I don't know. You'd have to talk to Mozilla. I'm not sure. Cross problem in JavaScript. Core problem with JavaScript while sending requests to PHP. So your XML HTTP request, is that it? You're using that object? Game dev salary compared to web dev on average, is it higher or lower? I think that they all kind of even out given experience. So if like you have 4 years experience as a web developer versus 4 years experience as a game dev, salary is probably going to be about the same. depending on your skills and talents. So it's much more about individual ability rather than whether you're this type of dev or that kind of dev, with some exceptions. Core problem with JavaScript while sending requests to a PHP. Well, that's a very broad question. I don't know what that would be. Currently using a Win 10 laptop for coding, design, video editing, audio editing. Thinking of upgrading to a MacBook Pro. Is the Mac OS environment better for these? Mac, listen, they're both good operating systems. I find Mac to be more stable. Less restarts, less updates, that's for sure. So, I would take the leap. I use both. I've used both, but I use Mac 98% of the time. Did you get your second shot yet? Hope it doesn't make you feel like writing some Ruby. No, Canada, we're like a third world country up here. So we're not getting our second shot for another couple of months. So people love to hate on PHP. Yeah. Okay, Matthew doesn't write French. Où est la meilleure poutine à Montréal? My friend's restaurant, in fact, his breakfast place. But it depends on the individual. I'm starting my degree in software engineering next week. Very cool. Congratulations. It's almost a 2-year course and will be done by December 2022. All right. That's cool. Congratulations, man. Work hard. Write code. Just write code as much as possible. How would I go about specializing in a specific software field? By practicing and working in that specialization, and then looking for work in that specialization. So if you want to be a game developer on the Android platform, learn Android. Start writing code. Start building games. As a fresher, can I go for front-end developer or full stack? Yes, you can go for either or. Is it possible to establish a company online in Canada from the US? And which Canadian province is best for opening a company? Well, I think you have to be a Canadian citizen. Or do you have to be a Canadian citizen? No, you don't have to be a Canadian. I strike that. You don't have to be a Canadian citizen. But you'd want to, I would do it in Ontario, and I would set up a federal incorporation rather than a provincial level incorporation. I have federal incorporations personally. React Native or Flutter, personal choice. Front end, for sure, Sai Kumar. In your opinion, is Code Wars the best way to learn to code? No. In my opinion, the best way to learn to code is to learn your fundamentals, links below, and then actually start building real projects. Get paid to learn to code. Don't become a perma code student. Don't become somebody stuck in tutorial hell. Just write real projects. Go on Upwork, go on freelancing sites, go to local coffee shops, small business owner, family, friend. Start building software for people, for real. That's how you're going to learn to code. Forget Code Wars. Hello, Stefan. I'm learning Vue aside from CRMs and stuff. What huge, large-scale portfolio projects should I build? Excuse me. I don't know, man. It depends what your end goal is in terms of career. How are we doing here? Okay, 33 minutes. Is it practical to use vanilla JavaScript to make big projects? Sure, why not? Wait a second. Are you from Montreal? Yes, I am. I am indeed. I'm actually talking to you from downtown Montreal as we speak. Marianne M. What would be the best language to create an online board game like Monopoly? Moving from square to square with cards, rewards, penalties. Not much auto racing, if any. I would look at C# and Unity. C# and a Unity platform. That would be my first instinct to say. Yeah, so check that out. C# with Unity. And you think you'd be in a good position. What kind of project? What kind of big project? A framework would help you with program structure? Of course, use frameworks if they're available. That's for sure. What do you think about Upwork's service fees they charge freelancers, and is it still the best platform for freelancers specializing in Shopify or WordPress? I don't know. I haven't looked at all the platforms that are out there nowadays. You should do a little bit of research yourself, see what's going on. And, listen, the fees, you can just work the fees into the price, right? So I don't know if the fees is 10%, just raise your price. Your price is 10%. That's all. Just work it in. It's the cost of doing business. I see some people here asking some unwanted questions. For all your coding problem, you have to Google and you have Stack Overflow. Yep. As one of the skills in my upcoming pro courses, I'm gonna start teaching people how to use Google to answer common questions, when to go to Stack Overflow, when to go, W3C schools as an example. That's part of being a developer, is knowing how to search out answers for yourself. As somebody said earlier, I think it was yesterday's stream or maybe the day before, they said that after taking my courses, they figured out that they could actually solve their own problems quite easily because they understood the fundamentals well. That's the key. Let me just plug one other thing here. Let's go. So I have this training which is free. It's called Lizard Wizard KOMODO. And this is a training it's mind training, psychology training. So you sign up and via email, and I have my newsletters because I want to be in direct communication with everybody. And you get access to these psychology, soft skills, communication, psychology training lessons for free. Once every 3 days you get a lesson. And sign up for free. It's called Lizard Wizard KOMODO. Link is below. You should check that out. It's people like it. It's a lot of fun. Hold on. Let's go back to this. Okay. There we go. All right, here we go. Python or Java for machine learning? Python. I heard Java is faster for machine learning, also PHP gang. Yeah, well, Python ain't fast at runtime, but it's going to be much more productive. And as far as I know, anyway, I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, Python is just much more popular for machine learning. Spoiler alert, CoffeeScript dies in the end. Python is the future? Well, Python is already in the top 3 most popular languages in the world, so they ain't going anywhere. I will be starting there's a new one. I will be starting my engineering degree in a week. It should be done by December 22. I'm 36 years old. Is it ageism a common issue in the job market? I'm worried it isn't worth the investment. Oh, no, it's worth the investment. If you're software engineering, 36 is not too old, That's not at all. So you'll be fine. Hey, Stefan, thanks for answering. I live in Latin America. How can I relocate to Canada? Where do I start as I am a web developer? I would reach out to the Canadian consulate in your country and see what they have to say about that. Nervous about tech interviews. Any advice? Yeah, you got to just calm down the emotions. You should sign up to that Lizard Wizard KOMODO thing I just pointed out. It will help you to control your emotions. Great advice. Practice makes a master. Exactly. Just keep writing code. Fed Incorp covers the whole country versus province-based Incorp. Well, when you're federally incorporated, you can operate any of the provinces. When you're provincially incorporated, you can only operate in that particular province. I'm not sure about the tax. I think the tax implications are the same, though. Yeah, it's been a while. I have federal incorporations. Hey, Stefan, have you decided to come down to Florida yet? I'm getting a second dose Wednesday. Well, by the way, my name is pronounced Arnaud. You screwed it up a couple times, but no big deal. Arnaud. Okay, Arnaud. Excuse me. All right. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. I have to take care of a couple of things up here. And I might be coming down, though. I might be coming down. I heard somebody, he was able to, they just came up from Florida, a friend of a friend, and they always had to stay in Hotel Trudeau a day or so. I'm not sure yet, but I think I might come down. I have to see. I got my first dose, first vaccine, so I'm not sure how that impacts anything. So, yeah. Sorry about saying your name wrong. What path retires me the fastest as a developer? The developer who, when you start making extra money, you start investing that extra money right away. That's the key thing. Whichever developer job you take, or whether you freelance, I think freelancing, ultimately you can make a lot more money more quickly. But there's a startup time with the freelancing. You have to have good social skills for that. Whatever you do, though, when you start making money, save money. You should do my money course, links below. The quicker you learn to manage your money, the more quickly you're going to retire. I work at a company. I'm the only programmer, and my title is web developer, but love coding so much that if there is any other project at work, I will offer myself to do it, and I am tired how to stop myself. Well, if you're tired, take a rest, don't overwhelm yourself. You don't want to burn yourself out, What is your fitness website? Oh, okay, hold on a second. Yeah. We're expanding that. Let me just hold on. I'm loading it up here. So here we go. This is it. It's called thebodydeveloper.com. The Body Developer is a video, how to lose weight, 5 tips. Sign up for a newsletter. And we're adding to the program. We have a 5-week program. Basically, this is a program I developed with my buddy here on how to get in shape, lose weight, feel much better without having to work out. Any professional trainer will tell you that the key to losing weight and getting healthier is actually much more to do with how you manage your diet, how you manage what you eat and how you eat. And so this body developer program we've been building is based on the developer's lifestyle. Somebody who doesn't want to necessarily have to go to a gym. Somebody who wants to still eat the food they want to eat, but they want to learn how to manage things. So yeah, check it out. It's called thebodydeveloper.com. Free video here. You can watch that. It's pretty informative. If you want to be a more productive developer, you want to make more money, it's good to get in shape. It's very useful. So there you go. Okay, what else we got? So that was the fitness website. What are your thoughts on cryptocurrency? Invest or not? Very careful at this point in time. Whenever you see an asset class go up in value very quickly in a short period of time, that's a dangerous time to invest. That's a dangerous time to invest. It's you want to invest in something that's kind of been flat for a while. That means, it's kind of stable. When it's stable, there's a higher probability, nothing's guaranteed though, but there's a higher probability that you'll catch some upside. But when something's already gone like this, there's like a chart. It's gone up super fast. It's very, very dangerous at that point. So I don't know what's going on now. Let's see, BTC price. Let's see what the chart looks at. So yeah, so let's look at this chart. Let me load this up. Desktop. There we go. So you look at the BTC chart, it's like, woo! Yeah, best time would have been, you see how it was flat for a while? That's a nice time to get in around now, right? When it's kind of flat. But when you see these big parabolic moves like that, now it's gone down quite a bit. This is Canadian dollars, so let's go to US dollars. Hold on, US, where is it? Come on, United States dollars. Okay, 53. So, okay, it's come off its high by about 10K. Could go back up, I don't know, but look at 5-year. Yeah, so you see, you like to get something in when it's kind of at like a holding pattern like this. This is up and down, but this is like a huge parabolic move. Like, This is a move where I would be very wary of it. Very wary. See, last time it did a big parabolic move, it kind of sloped down for several years, right? So who knows what will happen here? It could keep going up, but it might be the equivalent of, right now over here, it might be the equivalent of what it is here. So I would be very careful about investing in cryptos now, just because of the action. But I don't have a crystal ball, you know. I hope that helps. But history is a good lesson, a good teacher, you know. Are you really 169 years old? If not, what does that mean? I am 169 years old. Why would you doubt that? Why would you doubt that? You have to watch my streams on a regular basis to understand the secret of my age. Any advice to a 41-year-old electronic engineer trying to change career to web development? Well, it's good. You got a background in something technology related. I would just learn to code, and I would then just jump into the game, you know. See my links below for all the different resources I have and help you learn how to code more quickly and how to get a job, most importantly. How often do you come across a viewer or subscriber in person? I do run across them downtown, or I'm walking around, people yell at me, Stef! You know, I've had a couple of that happen to me. Run into people in Vegas who knew me years ago. So I do run into people on occasion. But, yeah, I do run into people. Can I get a college degree without any college debt? So should I get a college degree? I can get a college degree without any debt. Well, if you don't need to make money right away, if you're young, you're not under pressure, and if the type of work that you want to do means large organizations, large businesses, then why not? You know, the college debt is a big one. If there's no debt involved, then it's much more of a possibility. On the other hand, if you want to start a business, you're thinking of doing small project work, etc., or work for small companies, then you don't really need it. Depends on your personality, you know. But for developers, you don't need a college degree. Even Google is saying that now. They're saying it publicly. They don't get a college degree if you want to learn to code. So, you know, amongst other companies. But if you want to work for large corporations, generally speaking, having a college degree helps. Tips for going from console only to GUI. No tips, dude. Just do it. Sir, how old are you? And the weather in Montreal? I am 169 years old. And yeah, the weather is not bad. It's actually getting pretty warm in Montreal. It was cold today, but should I use Udemy as a study source? No, you should use Studioweb instead, Chongli. You'll learn much, I would suggest. Well, I'm very biased. If you go with my training, you will learn far more quickly and far more. So if I go to my Studioweb store, I have to promote my own stuff, right? So I go to my Studioweb store. Look at this cool animation. But yeah, scroll down. You can read the reviews of the people, what they think of my courses, all from Google. So you know that they're all legitimate. Some of my former students, I got course packages on web development and Python. I got certifications. I got psychology training. I got freelancer stuff. This is all important if you want to become a professional developer, believe it or not. It's good to have soft skills. So I invite you to take a look at that. I got money back guarantees, and people really like this stuff. And if you want to go hardcore, you can get my mentoring program, which is kind of like a boot camp with me. It has so much. Again, all the links are below. And yeah, you'll be learning a lot. I guarantee that. Everything you need to get a job. Hey, Arthur, man, you're up late. Do you think decentralized apps like Mastodon is the future? I think there's going to be some decentralized apps for sure. We are handling lockdowns pretty good in Canada, but people are getting tired of it. Hi, Stefan. With all these JS frameworks that are out, do clients care what you use between React or Vue? No. Most of the time, no. unless they specify, then they do. But I'm telling you, man, young nerdlings get a little bit too caught up in the tech. You have to become more agnostic, more even, what's the word, unbiased about the technologies that you use. Use whatever technology is better for a job. Sometimes a company will want to use React. Sometimes they'll want to use Vue. Sometimes they'll insist that you write something in C++. Sometimes they'll say PHP. Who knows? So, yeah, I don't think the clients will really care. And anyway, if you know React as an example, and you meet a client who wants you to do it in Vue, you could probably learn Vue in about 3 days without much difficulty. So it's not such a big deal. Hi, all. Would you be so kind as to donate a thumbs up? Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, how are we doing? 66 thumbs up. Come on, guys. If you hate my long hair, you have to give me 2 thumbs down to show me how bad my hair is. Sir, general question. Do you believe in Buddha's teachings? I think Buddha has a lot of good teachings, and I've embraced some of them. What is your ideal non-technical partner? Oh, you mean in the business? Depends on what you're looking for. It depends. You got to find a partner that complements your skill set, that brings something to the business. Could be a guy who's good at sales. Could be somebody who's good at design. It's hard to say. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. This is the highest quality looking live stream I have ever seen. I appreciate that. You should see my video courses. They're just as good or better. How to start with real world projects. It's really hard to start as a beginner. Can you suggest something? Yeah, let clients tell you that. So what I suggest, what I teach in my mentoring group, when I teach people, you learn your fundamentals, and then you put up a project / demo / resume site to showcase your skills. Make sure it looks good. Then you go out and you look for some free jobs to do for a nonprofit organization, some local small business, family, friends, some real project for some third party, small projects. It could be installing WordPress and configuring a theme. It could be setting up a Shopify site. It could be building a simple site from scratch. It could be setting up a simple site with email newsletter software, something like that. Whatever. And in the process of actually building real projects for real clients, your coding skills will just go level up like crazy. Level up like crazy. If you're a total beginner and you want to get into coding and you like to read, check out my book. It's on Amazon. Check it out. Links below. It's got a lot of pretty pictures, lots of diagrams. It's a beginner's book, but it will get your head wrapped around the web. So highly recommend that. Or you can take my courses from Studioweb. This is my mentoring program, which you could go to my Studioweb store and you can buy individual courses. I teach CSS3, JavaScript, Python, PHP, etc., etc. So there you go. I'm not gonna a little shameless self-promotion, excuse me. Hey, Stef. 4 a.m. here in London. Can't sleep, laugh out loud. Wow, you're up late, Arjun. Welcome to the stream. Well, if you listen to me long enough, you'll fall asleep. That's a guarantee. So I want to get money. Learn skills, Hanif. Learn skills. And then market those skills. Remember, when you're a software developer, whether you do front end, back end, full stack, whether you do React or Vue or you do PHP or Java, at the end of the day, you're a service provider. So you want to provide maximum quality service. When you do that, the money will start coming at you and you won't know what to do with it. And you'll be getting my money course to teach you how to invest it properly. Would a person working full-time have time to freelance? Depends on the job. Depends on the job. How do you have classes? Do you have classes in C# and Unity? I do not. I have an idea for a program. It would be great challenge to try creating. Well, there you go. I do not, sorry, but you should take my Python course because it's going to teach you the fundamentals of programming like no other. And all that Python you're going to learn is going to be 110% applicable to C# Unity. And then you can find just about any C# Unity course, and you'll understand it very easily. Or you can just learn from the docs very easily. Because the principles of coding in C# are pretty much the same as Python. If people are new to my course, I'm known for really making this stuff easy to understand. I come from a family of teachers, and I've been doing this for decades. So check it out. I invite you to check it out. Okay. Is the carnivore diet healthy? I have friends been doing it for years now, quite successfully. It works. I think it's a question of finding a nice balance. You can go, cut down the carbs, cut out the sugars, go for natural foods, whether it be meats, some vegetables, it depends, Everybody's different though, right? I don't know what your medical condition is, et cetera, et cetera. I have gone pure carnivore for a while, but I come off, I eat carbs, I change depending on the situation, Tell me one coding language which will be a basic to all languages. Ramesh, when you learn any of the top 10 languages, you look at a list, just type in top 10 languages of 2021 or 2020. You're going to find a TIOBE index, and there's several others. You learn any of those, the lessons you learn in any of those languages were 100% applicable to all the other languages. So for example, if you learn Python as your first language, which is a good one, for you to learn JavaScript, there are differences, no question. The code looks different, especially between Python and JavaScript. And there are certain things about the languages that are different. But I would say they're about 95% the same, 90 to 95%, depending on the language. So all the skills you learn in Python are going to be applicable, will transfer over to JavaScript. What's even closer, if you go from Java to C#, it's like 95%, 96% the same. Again, all the Java skills that you would have acquired will be very easy to transfer over to C#, which means you'll be able to learn C# in just a few days after you know your Java. So once you learn any of these modern languages in the top 10, you've got the fundamentals across the board. I hope that helps. Stef, did you get my email about the fan mail? I don't know, man. When did you send it? If I don't respond in a day or two, send it again and just put in all caps, fan mail, YouTube stream subscriber, something like that, and then I'll see it. When was the last time you sparred, Stef? MMA or BJJ? Long time. Last time I was in a street fight, oh, jeez, 20 years ago. That's the last time I scrapped on the street. I used to be a bouncer in a nightclub. Last time I sparred, maybe 18 years ago. Yeah, it was boxing though. I would doubt if due to the unlikeliness that it is true. I would doubt it's due. Okay. College, he was Java/C#. Yeah. What you can coding in all lang? I'm not sure if I understand that. Hi, Stef. When do you turn Alyssa R? When do you turn 170? It's a secret, Alyssa. I can't tell. Greetings from Algeria, Stefan. What do you think about GTK C++? I haven't used it, so I don't have an R. Hey, Dave Love, how are you? That's a nerd salute. How you doing? What about Flutter? Flutter's cool. I like Flutter a lot. Yeah. How can I make an account on your site? It doesn't give me an option to make an account, only to sign in. Oh, the Studioweb. Yeah, you have to go to the Studioweb store. See links below. You purchase a course, and in the process of purchasing a course, the account is made if you want to buy a course. On the other hand, let me just go to the desktop here. This is here. So if you go to school.studioweb.com/store, But if you're talking about, for example, the Coder's Career Path, you make an account by just signing up to the newsletter, and you'll get access to the free webinar video. Same thing with the psychology trading, the Lizard Wizard Komodo. Sign up to that newsletter, and you get access to this training, which comes in a series of emails. If you wanted to get into the mentoring, here's a mentoring program. You have to click through at the bottom, and it gives you details about the cost. This is like my boot camp, so it's the most premium and advanced training I offer, but there's nothing close to it under 20,000. That's for sure on the market. So I hope that helps. Hope that answers. Hey, have you ever thought about making actual coding videos on your channel? Yeah, there's a whole bunch, dude. Is there a reason you mainly have less chat videos, keeping the nitty-gritty for Studioweb? Yeah, because I'm coming up with new pro versions of some of the courses, but at the end of the day, I've done hundreds of videos where I'm teaching people code, object-oriented Python and PHP. I'm teaching JavaScript, DOM scripting, and animation. I teach how to create games, how to create responsive sites. I've done all that. And I have many videos on the YouTube channel. They're there. They're the older versions of them, but they're there. So, you've done something enough times, it's like, okay, I've done it. So if you want the actual coding courses, now my coding courses are not just video. Videos are fine, but you need three things to have a really good course. You need great, well-structured videos that are pedagogically sound. You need interactive training. So you need a gamified system that gives you instant feedback, instant help, every single lesson. And then you need quizzing and code challenges that are interactive. That's all part of it, to reinforce the lessons in the videos. Videos are fine on their own, but having those three things in a training program makes a huge difference. That's what Studioweb's all about. Chung Lee, no, take Stef's courses and then practice. Thank you. That's exactly it. Vue or React. I generally, as a general rule, I prefer Vue, but you got to look at the local jobs to make that decision for yourself. How are we doing? It's already an hour. All right. I'm going to end off now. There we go. Make a project for your HOA, form, pictures, complaints. I'd be interested in your refactoring book. Well, I didn't write the refactoring book, but definitely take a look. Links below. This is one of the most, if you're a developer and you got fundamental skills, you want to level up and you don't know refactoring, this is one of the most important books ever written for software development. This is the Java version. They have a JavaScript version. This is my copy, my second copy I bought. This is, I think, from 2003. 2003. Yeah, I used to have the 1999 version. Yeah, this is the 2003 edition. I don't know if you can see it or not, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, highly recommend that book if you already have some coding skills. It's such a good book. There you go. I don't know why people have a hard time understanding. Yes, I'm 169. I understand the problem. Any learning suggestions for an intermediate level programmer? Yep. Look at the links below. Get the refactoring book and also get the design patterns book. You do those, run through those books, even halfway through, and your skill as a developer will just skyrocket. That's for sure. What's going on? Arjun, I actually have trouble sleeping every now and then, and I train a lot in the gym, so I need sleep, so it's quite annoying. Do you have any Lizard Wizard courses to get better sleep? Nothing specific to that. My Lizard Wizard course that I have now teaches the fundamentals. You just go to the Studioweb store, you can find it there. Links below. Depends why you're not sleeping. I don't know, it could be a whole bunch of different reasons. It could be because of diet. You say you exercise a lot, so maybe it's your brain is squirming with different thoughts. So maybe Lizard Wizard training might help you because you learn to meditate and calm your mind down so you can fall asleep. Yeah. How do you get successful as a freelancer? You should take you should take my freelance course, link below. It will teach you everything you need to do. Take finasteride. No, I like my bald head. It's quite cool. It's like what happens now with the very short whiskers on the top of my head. It holds on to my hats really well. It's like I got a Spider-Man head. So my hats never blow off anymore because it's just like my hairs on my head just grip onto my hat. So it's pretty useful. What's the deal with poutine? Poutine is a French-Canadian food. It's a mix of French fries. They call them, what do you call French fries in the UK? What do they call them? Chips. French fries / chips with cheese and gravy. And it's people love that in Quebec. Okay, one last couple questions here. I just started to learn web development. I am very new to it, but just after starting my practice, I couldn't keep my focus and stopped it. Should I continue this or maybe I try some other thing? No. Do not give up. What I would suggest that you do is to work on doing 20 minutes a day, 4 days a week. That's your goal right now. 20 minutes a day. Just sit at the computer, write a bit of code. Even if you make mistakes, 20 minutes a day, 4 days a week. And even on those days you don't feel like working, just do your 20 minutes. Sometimes 20 minutes will end up being an hour, but just do your 20 minutes. And you'll find you start to learn and it'll start to click. Do that for about a month, 4 days a week. You got to give yourself some time off. And then see after a month if you still hate it. If you still hate it, then try something else. But don't give up yet. Pedro says, sadly, Amazon doesn't ship your book from my country. Oh, free to my country. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't have control over it. I wrote the book and I sold the rights to the publisher. So when I promote my book, I'm not making any money on it. They paid me up front and that was it. That was the deal. What are your thoughts on learning Java? Why not? If you learn Java, you can't go wrong. There's lots of jobs in Java. It's a good language, but jobs in Java are for very large corporations. Understand that. All right. Okay. I got to stop. It's been an hour. I've been answering questions an hour nonstop. One last question. Can you plug your website again? All right. I'll plug my website one last time. You twisted my arm there, buddy. So I got a few things. So I got Studioweb.com, the mentoring program. This is like my boot camp. This is the best training I think you're going to get under $20,000. You get lifetime access to all my courses, upcoming courses, hundreds of video lessons, quizzes, interactive training, certifications, and all these things. Private mentoring videos, private mentoring group, Zoom meetings. Very, very comprehensive. So check that out. I also have a free webinar. All the links are below the video. Coder's Career Path webinar, 29-minute video, teaches you about the languages and what kind of books you're going to get, etc. So that's free. Lizard Wizard Komodo. This is a psychology training. This is applicable psychology training. So this is people like this. This is delivered via email, one every 3 days or so. Here's the Studioweb store. You can check out. All the links are below, by the way. And if you're interested in getting in shape without having to go to the gym with a proven method that actually works really well, called thebodydeveloper.com. It's kind of a passion project of mine, if you will. I use the techniques here. So there you go. Clean Code and Clean Architecture are good books as well. Very good. Medellin, Colombia. JS or Python? They're both good. One depends on the type of work that you want to do. Hey, Gregory, how are you, man? It's been a while. Any advice when applying for big tech companies? Yes, study them. Make sure you understand what the requirements are. And then make sure your resume is structured according to what they're looking for in terms of tech. So if the company is using a lot of Python, make sure you emphasize your Python skills first. Make sure you have a clean resume and see what these big companies are looking for. And find out, I'm sure if they're big companies, you could probably find information about what the interview process is like for them, you know? So I hope that helps. All right. What else is there? So listen, I'm going to cut it off. It's been over an hour. I'm tired. Plug my website one last time. Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Discord server. I got to get that Discord server going. Okay. We'll end with the plug. Here's the website. That's the weight loss website. Here's the mentoring. Here's the training. All the links are below, by the way. So with that, links are below. I will see you guys. Thanks for joining. I'll leave you with my ASMR video from Maine. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll see you tomorrow.